Welcome to today's show where I'm going to be talking about the Kessel Run Millennium Falcon, which you can see here and you can see on the box here. It comes in your standard big top-of-the-line playset box, and it comes all in white. And I wanted to wait till I saw Han Solo movie before I reviewed the set so I could give a little bit better insight. Don't worry, no spoilers, but I'm divided into two main sections. One is going to be looking at the set, doing some comparisons, deciding is this the best Millennium Falcon to get for your money. Second part, I'm going to go into some data, go for those collectors, for those investors, what to think about when looking at this set. So let's go right ahead and get started. So here you go. You have a nice white Kessel Run Millennium Falcon, fully intact, and it is really strong. And it's strong because of the Technic on the bottom, which of course makes it look not so great from the bottom side, but all the playsets have been like that. But that really gets your strength there, and that is really, really nice. And a few key stats about this set. So it costs $170, which is a lot, but is not necessarily unexpected. Then it has 1,414 pieces, which is a lot, but not a lot. Your average Lego builder should be able to put this thing together in an afternoon, so it should be a nice afternoon's project. It weighs 2,300 grams, which gives you a value of $32.73 per pound. And that's not as bad as you might think compared to a lot of other sets. Yes, it's a little bit pricey, but actually it's pretty good for Star Wars sets. And lastly, one of the things I always like to do is let's weigh this set and all the guys, minus the box, minus the packaging. What do we come up with? Well, we come up with that actually weighs 1,588 grams, which gives us 1.12 grams per piece for our average piece size, which ends up being one of these 1x2 bricks with two little pegs sticking out of it, which honestly is the biggest average piece of any set that I've reviewed out of the handful of 5, 6, 7 sets that I've reviewed. So it really does have a lot of big pieces, not lots and lots of little pieces, which helps support a little bit of that value for its $32 per pound of value. It comes with 7 minifigures, and again, its value is okay. What's sort of interesting is in the United States, these big sets never go on discount routinely. The small sets, immediately 20% off. The big sets, not so much. Of course, in Europe, some of the other markets, these big sets do get discounted, so it's completely dependent on your market. But in the United States market, it's not routine to find discounts on the big top-of-the-end play sets for whatever reason. And it just really reinforces that $170 for this toy you put together in an afternoon, it is a luxury toy product. That's just is really expensive for what you get. But what else can you get for that amount of money for $170? Well, it turns out there are quite a number of things, including every single modular, except for the assembly square, is going to be at this cost or less. So you could, obviously different markets, but similar prices. You could get any idea set for less than the Millennium Falcon, including my very favorite set, the NASA rocket, or the old fishing store. All are significantly less than the cost of this set. Put that over there. Slide it a little bit more. There we go. And honestly, you could get, this is the most expensive playset that there is. So if you like the bad guys, you could get this guy cheaper. If you like the Lego movie stuff, you can get this guy cheaper. You can get this guy cheaper. You can get a lot of Technic sets cheaper. So honestly, there's no replacement for the Millennium Falcon, but interestingly enough, let's compare it to this Millennium Falcon, which is the 2015 Force Awakens Millennium Falcon. This Force Awakens Millennium Falcon is cheaper used, complete, than the new Han Solo Millennium Falcon new. So this one is less expensive. You could get this for $150. This one's going to be $170. And as you can see, look at them. They're virtually the same, except for the color. I have them back to back here because the most interesting thing about them is on the inside. So let's take a look from the top. And now we're looking from the top. Let me go ahead and open these guys. And you can see the biggest difference in the engine room. I mean, look at the engines that you get in the Han Solo Millennium Falcon. Look at the engines and the upgrades and the craziness that Han Solo did once he owned the Millennium Falcon. So, big difference. I guess the ship is faster. This is the Kessel Run Millennium Falcon, which ended up being, no spoilers. Anyway, maybe it wasn't necessarily, I don't know. I don't know why it's different, but he did some personal upgrades. So there you go. There you can see personal upgrades along with all the extra greebling and all the extra stuff that's going on the Force Awakens Millennium Falcon compared to the brand new Han Solo Millennium Falcon. Go ahead and finish opening this up above the radar dish. Radar dishes just keep seeming to disappear, don't they? Anyway, you can see these are about the same. We'll open this guy up, open this guy up, open this guy up. Not much happening over here. And honestly, my biggest disappointment about this arrangement of this set is why in the world is there not a cape room? I mean, seriously, for an extra 20 bucks, throw in a cape room, throw in, you know, right in here, throw in 5 extra capes, then it would have easily been worth the $20 premium of this guy over this guy, right? There's the gunners. So we'll close this guy back up again. So there it is. Maybe this, you know, the Force Awakens one is going to be a better value, Millennium Falcon value. All right, put that there. There you go. All right, so what did you think? What did you think of this one compared to this one? Obviously, this one's much more grungy-ish. This is my daughter's. It has all the stickers. This is mine. It doesn't have any stickers because I just hate stickers. And lastly, let's go through and look at the guys here. So here are your figures. You get 7 figures in this Kessel Run Millennium Falcon. And after seeing the movie, the selection is a little suspect, right? No L3. And instead you have those guys. Great. The biggest difference, new thing in these figures, as we look at the back, is you can see there's this cool skirt piece. And that skirt piece is brand new. It's going to be in a lot of sets, and it makes that the women minifigures are the same height as the male minifigures. Instead of using that 2x2 slope, it's now a piece that is the same size as the legs, as the regular minifigure legs. So you'll start seeing that skirt in a lot of pieces, a lot of figures coming up soon. So there you go. So there's the comparison of those two guys. And lastly, I know you want to see one more comparison before we move on to the next set of the show. So here it is. How does it compare to the big fellow? So let's have him fly in. All right, so here you go. Well, would you rather spend your 800 bucks, although these are coming up used on Amazon, 500, 600 bucks, you can get them. So there you go. There's your comparison. Can the big one and the little ones. All right, we'll fly that guy back out of here. All right, so there's your comparison. And maybe one more question you had. What is this crazy beast? All right, so this is our escape pod, and it does actually fit on the old Millennium Falcon there. Now, to make it fit, I just had to remove a couple of these guys, but it does fit. Right in there. Han Solo just never chose to replace it. There you go. Pretty cool. All right, so how does this Millennium Falcon rank? How does it stack up with some of the other Millennium Falcons? Well, let's do a brief history. Let's look back at some of those old Millennium Falcons. So we're going to start in the year 2000 with that Millennium Falcon. I guess it was a good first try. It's, yeah. All right, a good first try. Then in 2003, they significantly upgraded it and made that playset, which was a really, really good high-quality playset. Then, of course, in 2007, they came up with the first UCS Millennium Falcon, which just completely blew everyone away, but they still had to put it on sale right when it retired. Can you believe it? All right. And then in 2009, they went the opposite direction with sort of the MIDI scale Millennium Falcon. I think it's sort of cute, right? It still came in a box. So these are all the boxed Millennium Falcons. Then in 2011, they came out with another Millennium Falcon, which was just an upgrade of that original 2003 Millennium Falcon. And then in 2015, sorry, they had the Force Awakens Millennium Falcon, which was just a little bit of an upgrade to that 2009 2011 Millennium Falcon. So again, they're just incrementally upgrading these Millennium Falcons for the playset versions. Then if you have the new UCS Millennium Falcon, and finally you're left with the Kessel Run Millennium Falcon. So that's sort of the history of the Millennium Falcons going all the way back to the year 2000, so spanning 18 years now. And let's look and see how the prices have changed, how the sets have changed. So take a look at the graph there. I throw it up there. It has the price per gram and the price per piece, and you can see how that's trended over the last 18 years. Now, what I want to focus on are the playsets from 2003, the playsets from 2011, 2015, and 2018. So let's highlight those four and then draw some best fit lines. And you can see there's just been a general price increase in price per piece, price per gram, and in prices starting at 100 now all the way up to 170. And if you look at those prices and figure out what the inflation has been, it's been about 4.7% per year if we start at the 2003 playset. So it's been going up, but not astronomically so, even though it does seem like it's expensive. All right, and so what about those sets you have stocked away, sealed, new in box because you've been collecting, you've been investing? What have those Millennium Falcons done over the years? And you can see, of course, the big new in box price spike is for the original UCS Millennium Falcon. And then the ones on either side of it, the midi scale and the older Millennium Falcon, very rare new in box. They've also have a lot of price appreciation for them. This is compared to their retail cost. And then you get to the two newer ones, and you can see at 29% and at 11% price appreciation, that's not so much. Maybe they're not doing so well. Now, those two you could both really get at huge discounts when they were around. So a lot of people did really well on those because if you bought it cheap, you could do well. If you bought it at retail, you're not doing so well. So what does that mean for this one? Well, it means don't buy this at retail unless you really need it. So $170. And if you're going to buy it at retail, maybe buy it from Lego using your VIP points, getting a good promo like I did. VIP points and promo made it not quite such a sting. But maybe if you see them 20% off. Now, what's weird is that all of the smaller play sets immediately are 20% off. These bigger ones, like I said, are not getting that discount, except some places in Europe, other in England, there's been discounts on these guys. So if you see it 20% off, maybe buy 2 just in case, maybe buy 4. If you see it 40% off, probably the only place you're ever going to find this guy 40% off, which is going to put you down around $100, is at a Walmart clearance. And honestly, I don't think it's going to make it to 40% off. This gets cleared at 20% off. I bet people are going to buy it. So the chances of getting this at a steep discount right off the shelf, by just clicking and buying or just walking into the store don't seem that great. So the key to this set being successful for an investor is going to be finding it at a discount. There just isn't much growth at retail. So Walmart clearance, that's where I'm hoping to find mine. All right, so what do you think? Are you going to buy the set? I mean, it really is a really strong, sturdy set. And it's good for playing. It's good for sitting on the shelf so you don't get to see the bottom. But that's just what you get out of the playset. It does come with new guys. Obviously, the minifigure selection is lacking. And hopefully the more sets that come out will fill in a lot of those minifigures that are missing. All right, cool. So that's the Kessel Run Millennium Falcon. Until next time, Lego on.